Hey, what is up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be giving you my list of Christmas movies that I rewatch every year. This video is originally going to be like me reading off every single Christmas movie to ever exist, but I just thought that would be like kind of really boring and no one would watch it. So I just changed it to Christmas top 10 Christmas movies. But then I thought to myself, there's already so many of those videos out there, so I just decided to do something like a Christmas movies that I rewatch every year. Did that even make any sense? So yeah, guys, in this video, I'm just going to be giving a top 10 list of top 10 movies I rewatch every Christmas. So these movies I try my very hardest to rewatch every year. I do watch other Christmas movies, but like these 10 movies I'm about to talk about are movies that I try to watch every single Christmas just because I really enjoy them. Well, some of them I'll talk about in a minute, but I don't really enjoy, but I still watch them. But I'll talk about that later in the video. But yeah, I just wanted to do this just because there's so many other videos, like top 10 Christmas videos, so I just decided to do like, I know there's other videos like this too, but not as many of them, so that's why I'm doing this. So anyways, let's get into this list. Alright guys, so coming in 10th place is going to be Christmas with the Cranks. Now, I know what you're thinking, Christmas with the Cranks, the movie they got a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, I am talking about that Christmas movie, and you might be wondering why I have it. Keep in mind, it's not good movies, but it's just movies that I like to rewatch every year. But you might be thinking, why would I want to rewatch this movie every year if it's really bad? Well, personally, I know it's really bad. There are a lot of stupid things in it, and the message at the end of the movie is just complete. It's terrible. But personally, for me, I just think it's so bad it's good, just because of how stupid it is. It's just enjoyable for me to watch, and plus, I mean, it is a Christmas movie, so it gets me in the Christmas spirit and everything. It's a good movie to watch, like December 1st, December 2nd, just to get my mind in the Christmas spirit. So yeah. But personally, I do think the cast is actually pretty good, and it's honestly the only good thing in this movie. Like Jamie Lee Curtis, Tim Allen, I think they did a good job playing their characters. And it is kind of funny just to watch Jamie Lee Curtis in this, and then like watch her in something like Halloween. She really does like change a lot with her characters, so yeah. But personally, guys, like I said, this is still a bad movie. I really don't like it, but at the same time I do, just because it's so bad it's good. So that's why it comes at number 10. Probably not a popular pick, and a lot of you are probably mad at me right now, but I don't really care. It's my list, so yeah. And that's why it comes at number 10. Alright guys, so coming in spot 9 is going to be Christmas Story. Now personally for me, I think this movie is just a tiny bit overrated. I mean, it's definitely not my favorite Christmas movie of all time, but I mean, some people think it's the best Christmas movie of all time, and that's fine. I don't really care. It's good to have your own opinion. I mean, I don't think it's a bad movie or anything. I mean, the Chinese restaurant was a pretty funny scene, and like the slide Christmas Santa visit was pretty cool, and also like all the stuff with the shotgun, and just like the whole like awkwardness with the family and all that stuff. It's not even a word, but yeah, all that stuff is really good, and I think that's what makes it like this movie like a classic. Not my favorite Christmas movie ever, like I just said like 1 minute ago, but I still think it's a good movie. I mean, the reason I rewatch this every year is just because it's always on Christmas Day, so I'm just like, okay, I have to watch this. That's why it comes to spot number 9. I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, but I still think it's a good movie, if that made any sense. But yeah. Anyways, guys, let's move on to number 8. Alright guys, so coming in spot 8 is going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think Jim Carrey did a pretty good job playing the Grinch. I liked just how he portrayed the character, and I really think he brought the character to life. And I also like how the Grinch really isn't the only like weird thing about the movie. Like the entire city, like the town of Fooville, is like kind of laid out like a cartoon. And so it makes it feel like it stands out, like the visuals are all good, and like I like all the effort and time they put into the movie to make it look how it looked. And plus all the people, like the way they look, I think that's pretty clever and cool. So yeah, because it just makes it like stand out more, I think, and at least in my opinion. And plus I do think the ending is really good as well. But I do have one little nitpick. It's really not even a problem, it's just me being just nitpicky, but I do think the second act is a little slow and kind of boring at times. The first act I thought was good. The second act, just in my opinion, I just feel like it's kind of slow for me. But it does pick up back up in the third act, and yeah. Just like when I first saw it, I didn't really like the second act, but and even over time, I still really don't like the second act. I mean, I think it's fine, but I do think it just kind of slows. It is a little slow because the movie is pretty long. It's just a small nitpick for me, but I don't know if it affects you or not, but yeah. It's really not even a problem, but yeah. Anyways, that's why it comes in spot 8. Overall, I do think it's a good movie, and that's why I rewatch it every Christmas, but yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay guys, so coming in spot 7 is going to be Santa Claus, and out of all the Santa Clauses to ever exist in any Christmas movie, Tim Allen is my favorite Santa Claus. Like, I don't know, he just did a really good job playing Santa Claus and playing his character, Scott Calvin. I think he did a really good job. Tim Allen, I think, is a pretty good actor, so yeah, and I like him in these Christmas movies. And plus, I think the sequels are good too. I mean, they didn't make it onto the list, but if I have time, I usually try to rewatch them too. But Santa Claus is like, I usually try my hardest. I usually try to make sure I rewatch this one because it's a good one. But yeah, I just like the story. I feel like it's a good movie for anyone to watch. I feel like anyone can enjoy it. I like the story, and that's why I always come back to it, and Tim Allen is good, so yeah, it's a movie that I try to rewatch every Christmas. Alright guys, coming in spot 6 is going to be Charlie Brown Christmas, and I know it's not really technically a Christmas, like, real movie, but, I mean, it still counts as a Christmas type thing, and plus I see it as a movie, so yeah, I don't really care. I mean, who doesn't really like Charlie Brown? I mean, I like how they do, like, a holiday special, like, every time. Anytime it's a holiday, I usually try to watch the, like, Charlie Brown holiday special thing, like, whether it's Halloween, Christmas, or Valentine's Day and all that good stuff, so yeah. My favorite thing about the special is just how Charlie Brown chooses the small tree and tries to make that like the actual Christmas tree. I've always liked that about this Charlie Brown episode thing. I just like how he tries to make this small tree that really no one would see as a Christmas tree, and make that a Christmas tree. I've always liked that about this, so yeah. That's why I usually always try to keep coming back. That's one of the reasons why I always come back to this and watch it every Christmas, just because of that, and also, you know, the characters are usually good, fun to watch on screen. And plus, it's a holiday special, so yeah, I always try to watch it. Alright guys, so coming in spot 6 is going to be A Christmas Carol. Now, the animation one, and I know there's like a bunch of other like movies like this, like there's a black and white version, there's like a bunch of plays with it, and then there's like even more movies. And I bet if I would have watched those, I would probably prefer them over this movie, but I haven't even seen any of those movies or plays, so I'm just using this animation movie, which I think is pretty good. I mean, the reviews aren't good, but I don't know, maybe that's just because it copied all the other stuff, but I really don't care. I still think it's a good movie. It's another Jim Carrey movie, so that's pretty cool. I really like the story. I think it's a really interesting story with all the ghosts and everything, and just him going through like this adventure. And it's kind of ironic, but this was like one of the first like scary movies I ever saw. Like it was like a long time ago when I saw it, but like it really creeped me out just with all like the ghosts and everything, and just yeah, the spookiness to it. I was pretty scared when I first watched it, but I thought it was still a good movie. But you know, just my favorite thing about this movie was just like the adventure that this guy went on, and like all the things he experienced on Christmas Eve. I just had a really fun time, and I thought it was really entertaining watching him go through all the stuff. So yeah, that's why I keep coming back to this movie, and that's why I rewatch it every year. So yeah. Alright guys, coming in spot 4 is going to be The Polar Express, and I never really got why this movie got bad reviews. I think it's like a very, very good movie. I love the soundtrack to it. I think it has a really good soundtrack, and easily my favorite scene in the movie, which there are a lot of good scenes in this movie, but my favorite scene is definitely the slide scene. I mean, who has not seen that scene? That is just amazing. It's an amazing scene. Sorry, I just saw it. I said scene like 500 times. Like, yeah, sorry about that. Like, I have seen it so many times. I just love how they're sliding down this huge slide. I mean, I loved watching it as a kid. Love watching it now. It's really fun to watch and entertaining. And plus, anytime they're like exploring the North Pole, I always found that to be really cool, just because it is a really cool North Pole. In fact, like, out of all the Christmas movies there are, this is definitely my favorite North Pole. Like, if I had to like choose one to visit, this would be the North Pole I want to visit, just because, I don't know, it looks really cool and looks kind of fun to just hang around in. So, yeah. And plus, I mean, Tom Hanks is always good, so yeah, definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies. Not my favorite, but personally, I don't really have any problems with this movie. I think it's kind of flawless. It's just all the movies above it I just think are a little bit better, so yeah. Anyways, that's why it comes in spot 4. Alright guys, so coming in third place is going to be Elf. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it has an amazing story, an amazing message, and there's a bunch of scenes. There's funny scenes, intense scenes, sad scenes, and this is definitely my favorite Will Ferrell movie by far. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of all his movies, but this is definitely my favorite one out of all the ones he's done. My favorite thing about this movie is just seeing Buddy Dale talk to people and like interact with people that aren't from the North Pole. I think all those scenes are really good, and just to see how he acts and like New York and all that stuff, all that was really good. I pretty much love every scene of this movie. It's definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies, and it's a Christmas movie. Sorry. It's a really good movie, and I enjoy watching it every Christmas. Alright guys, coming in spot 2 is going to be Christmas Vacation. I really enjoy this movie. It's a very funny movie. Like when they go sledding, that was really enjoyable. When he's putting up lights, or anytime when Clark just like flips out, those are some really enjoyable scenes to watch. And I also like I just like how he wants all the family in one house. I like that aspect of it, sorry. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, though, is when he's like putting up lights and like he goes through all this trouble, like he almost dies putting up the lights when he like falls off the roof and all that stuff. And all that effort didn't really lead to anything because like they don't even work. And then like they finally do work, but then they like go off and on, and he just like completely flips out. Like I said in the beginning, like when Clark flips out, it's really enjoyable to watch, and it can be relatable too, just because Christmas lights can be very annoying to put up, especially if they don't work. So yeah, I really enjoyed watching those scenes. I think Chevy Chase did a really good job playing his character. He was really funny, and I think he did a good job, and all the actors I think did a good job as well. But he was the one that for me stood out. The reason I don't have this in first place is just because of one little small nitpick. I wasn't really a fan of seeing the neighbors being tortured, like, in every scene they were in. I mean, I know they were, like, complete a-holes, but at the same time, I feel like maybe 1 or 2 scenes with them would be fine. We don't need to have, like, I think 2 scenes just is enough with them, because anytime we would, like, cut to them just being, like, tortured, I just didn't really feel anything. It just was kind of pulling me out of the moment, so, yeah. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably put this movie in first place. I mean, it's just a small little nitpick. I mean, I can still deal with it, but, yeah. That's why I don't have it in second place or in first place, but yeah. Overall, I still think it's a really good movie, and I still enjoy watching it every Christmas. But coming in first place, the movie I watch every single Christmas, I like make myself watch it, like I set some time and I watch it, is Home Alone. And this is just not my favorite movie to rewatch, but it's my favorite like Christmas movie of all time, so good job, Home Alone. I love this movie. I loved watching it as a kid. I love watching it now. All the traps and stuff like that is really good. Seeing the robbers getting caught and all of them, Harry and Marv. Everyone in this movie I thought did a really good job acting-wise, and I also think this movie is like really funny, just like with the traps and everything, but also I don't just watch this movie just for like the ending. I think the first and second act are just as good as the third act. Just seeing Kevin's family turn on him and all that stuff, I think it's just really good, and then just having that aspect of him, like having Kevin home alone and what would a kid do when he's home alone. I just like all that. I like watching it, and yeah, I think the story is amazing, and overall I think it's just a really good movie, and that's why it's my favorite Christmas movie. I am going to make another video on Home Alone and talk about the sequels as well, because the sequels are pretty bad, and talk about Home Alone 2, so I'll talk more about Home Alone in another video, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know that Home Alone is my favorite Christmas movie, and it's my favorite movie to rewatch. Alright guys, so that was my Christmas... Why is this... There we go. Alright guys, so those were the movies I rewatch every Christmas, Home Alone being my favorite movie to rewatch and just my favorite Christmas movie in general, and stay tuned because I will make another Home Alone video that will come out soon. I really hope you guys like this video, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.